Hi there, I am Stacy Phillips, and I am so excited to kick off my podcast, Stacy Phillips and Friends. Each week, we will step into my wardrobe, literally one of my closets, where one of my nearest and dearest friends and confidants will fill this chair next to me as my co-host to chat a little bit about life and a lot about women empowering women. Together, we will have a gap session with just us gal pals, a deep dive for the dish, a convo among co-eds, and then our big feature presentation, the special guest interview, or what I call the SGI. So welcome to Stacy Phillips and Friends. Let's keep it real. Hi there, it's Stacy Phillips, and you're listening to Stacy Phillips and Friends Season 2. We're back again. Joining me is my dear friend and co-host, the hilarious comedian, actress, and entrepreneur, and everything, Katie Cazorla. I'm just listening to her when we're not on just makes me grab my stomach, laughing so hard. So welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
And our special guest today, Nicole Sullivan, another amazing comedian, actress, voice artist. And that's amazing to me. I keep saying the word amazing, but intriguing to me that you guys, you gals, have not really met. Now, Katie thinks that you did a
right
Scavenger hunt.
I believe her that we did. I was in game mode. I'm not there to make friends.
So
you know what I mean? I'm not like, hi, what's your name?
Right.
No.
There was a lot of groups, to be fair.
A lot of groups,
yes. When I look at what everybody's done, I especially was like, oh my gosh. I mean, you've done so many things. But the one thing that, of course, stands out to me is Mad TV. So I'm so glad I get to.
You're a fangirl.
I'm fangirling.
Old school Matt too, right?
Yes.
So tell us how you got that gig.
That I went to school for theater and really thought I was going to do, I wanted to, I guess, do Shakespeare and regional theater across the country. I was like, that's going to spend my life doing regional theater in Ashton. And then my friend's like, do you want to try LA? I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I booked a job, had 3 lines on a show called Herman's Head.
Oh my God.
Herman's Head, hold for applause. 3 lines. And I remember I got my paycheck and it was like $800. I was like, $800? And I was like, I'm staying in LA. And so I've never left since then. And then Mad TV was just one of those things. They were like, oh, there's a sketch comedy thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, they want 5 characters or 5 minutes of your 5 minutes of your best material. I was like, I don't have material nor characters. So then I just came up with 5 things that I did, and I don't know, it worked.
That's how you went from Shakespeare to comedy?
Yeah.
Like that?
God,
I wrote things down on a Post-it. What if someone had a makeup counter? Is rude.
Sometimes when we don't put a lot of time into something, we get our best work. I know I had a closing argument in 2020. We were the first trial when the Los Angeles Superior Court opened, and I gave the closing argument. I had spent 90 hours preparing it, and one of my partners had spent as much time on that. And then I had to do the rebuttal, and I had 5 minutes, and my rebuttal was so much better.
Oh, my God.
So much better
5
because
minutes.
it was from my heart. I was passionate about it. The court reporter loved me because I spoke slowly. When I was giving the closing, I was speaking too quickly, and my mask kept falling. So, you just pulled it out of your gut.
You know that every actor, actress thinks that they could be someone who delivers a closing argument. 100%. A lie detector should be like, I feel like I could crush it. With no law degree, no idea what is real. We just feel like we could act our way through it. It'd be pretty great.
So, I'm not going to call her by name, but one of my graduated clients who's become a dear friend, I was moderating a panel for the Los Angeles Business Journal, and I asked her to be on my panel. And she was terrified. I said, you're an actress. I mean, a well-known TV actress. She said, I am given lines.
Yeah.
I don't have to come up with it myself. And I went, wow,
Just act
now
like
I
it.
get it. Other than comedians, you come up with that out of your guts. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but listening to 2 of you, I'm just going to start laughing.
It's the air of crazy in there. That just, it's you know what I think it is sometimes you have to deal with so much stuff throughout comedy. And I'll be on stage and I never know what's going to happen with an audience, especially when I tour. So now I feel like I'm always prepared. But that could be, things could always go sideways, but fingers crossed.
But then you pull them in. You take their comment and you comment on their comment.
Yeah, if you're good.
If
You
you're
do.
good, I've seen it go.
Well, hello. I'm sitting with the best.
Stand up is a different animal, man. I couldn't do it. I once I lose someone, I'm like, well, I should just go home. Like I would just walk off. Like I'd be like, I lost today. Like I don't have it in me. I don't have the get back in there, get back in the ring. I'd be like, I'm good.
The first time that you did a sketch or did a
the first time I actually auditioned. First time was in college. I got up and told a joke so I could win a free pitcher of beer for my table. And I told a joke and I had like a surprise ending about like 2 women or something. And all the guys were like, yeah. And I'm like, they were like, you were great. And so the club owner was like, hey, will you come back and maybe host this thing? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So because of that, it like honed my hosting skills.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like 18, I think. And then an agent saw me I was going to University of Kentucky and was like, you should do comedy. And there's this competition in LA. Let me take you. I flew out here, saved up all my money. I stayed in downtown LA, which I thought that was Los Angeles. I was like, this place is a dump. And I ended up, it was a week-long competition. And right before the finals, I was so scared. I went to a payphone, called my dad. I was like, I can't do this. He's French, North African. And he screamed at me and he was like, Gutty, I spent all this money on you. You do this fucking competition, whatever. So I ran out and I did it. And Roseanne, I think, was one of the judges. Oh, Rosie O'Donnell, that's what it was. And I ended up winning it. So I'm like, I'm staying in LA. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Do
So
you
that's
remember
how it all worked
your
out.
first time?
Was when I put that Post-it on my leg. I mean,
but then when you were actually on the stage.
Yeah, like when we did the pilot for Mad TV, like I locked in. And we shot an hour-long pilot, but then they could only deliver a half hour. They were like, we have to cut the pilot down. And I was in like 4 things in the pilot. I was like, nailed it.
Oh,
You were not on the cutting room floor?
I was not. So I felt good about that. That's so braggy, but fuck it.
No, hey, you're sitting with me.
It was 300 years ago.
This is to empower women, not just the women and girls listening, but us. That's the whole purpose of this.
And by the way, she
support
does
each other.
charities too. So talking about charities, I think that's amazing that you do that because you did the celebrity poker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the celebrity poker
Just
thing.
give us
And
some
like
tea
I
on
was a decent poker player.
Was
Like
Jennifer Tilly.
Well, I have a different poker story with her.
She was here yesterday.
They sent me a photo. All right, here's my Jennifer Tilly story. It's niche, so bear with me. So she's obviously an amazing poker player. At that time,
an amazing person.
Yeah,
an amazing actress.
So amazing. And at the time, I was sort of in my poker groove. Like I was good and I was doing well and things. And so Tommy Lee Jones, not Tommy Lee Jones. Who's the one who's like Tommy Lee Jones, but not nice? James Woods?
Yes, James Woods.
James Woods.
That's how it is.
And everyone knows he's in that. Like, I mean, So everyone knows that this guy's sort of an asshole. Like, this is not a hot take. James Woods. Like, no one, I don't think anyone's a fan. I mean, maybe his wife is, probably not. So he was hosting this thing, and it was at one of the casinos nearby, and it was actors, celebrities, and professional poker players. Ooh. And it was like sort of a heads-up tournament, and it was like a round robin. So there's only like 4 actors and four. So it was a round robin thing, and you got points for winning, coming in second, blah blah blah. And then the final 3 would go, and the end person would win money. Like a chunk of change. Mm-hmm. And so Jennifer Tilly and I, when she was dating her poker boyfriend, and we were doing the thing. And so Jennifer and I both did really well, and we both made it into the final 3. It was us 2, not her boyfriend, and I forget, another professional poker player. And we were like, nailed it, woohoo. And then someone came, like a producer, knock on our hotel door, like, "Hey, so you're done with the event." So, and I was like, "No, I placed into the final 3, Jennifer." And he's like, "You and Jennifer are actually done. We can wrap you now." And I was like, "Can someone come talk to me as to why?" Yeah, James has decided he wants 3 men. I mean, they didn't say it, but 3. They didn't want 2 women playing poker.
Oh,
that's not how he wanted it to go.
Ew.
So he replaced us, even though there's rules to these things. They have to follow rules. And we won, and he got rid of us. And when they sent us home, and
the money?
I was in the car. Am I taking too long to tell the story?
Never.
So we were in the car on the way home, and I was like, "This is insane." And then I kept calling, and I was getting in the car, and I was complaining as they're like sort of shoving me in my car to go home. I'm like, "This doesn't make any sense. I should call someone. I placed, and it does not fair." And the guy said, "Yeah, I mean, basically, James said you and Jennifer were too drunk to play anymore." And I was like, What? And we were not. We were ordering drinks, but we were doing bits at the table. Like, I'll take another.
Yeah.
We were doing bits because it's television. It was a television show.
You're actresses.
We were nobody's
poker
doing it.
players.
Right. What do you want to, like, it's not the World Series of Poker. It's a television show. So we were doing bits, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, we were not drunk, but like as they're closing the door, I'm like, we weren't even drunk. What are you talking? And off you go. And so I got Jennifer's number and I called her because we had the best time together over the weekend. I called her. I said, Jennifer, do you know why? And she's like, no one's explained to me. And I was like, they said we were drunk. And she just said, I am apoplectic. Which was the best use of the word apoplectic I've ever heard in my life. Putting fucking in the middle of it is perfect. And with the lowest, softest, I am apoplectic.
That was, I
That's
wish
my best.
you had been here yesterday.
That's
to
my
have that
best. I mean, that's so
God.
perfect, Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so angry.
So what's the likelihood of having two actress celebrities, women who are poker players? I mean, I didn't know anybody before who did both those things.
Yeah, back
Both
to
of you.
back.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to get into it.
Yeah, she's very, very good. Oh, so the Celebrity
What
Poker
happened? Did you guys
Showdown.
get the money?
Yeah, so they didn't give us they gave us money. They gave us money.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Because they,
Yeah, they.
and I was like,
roll.
theoretically, you should give me the top prize because I could have won it. It was
Yeah.
down to 3, but they gave us less than that. But I took it because whatever, because him
More than
I would too.
$800?
more than $800. It was a chunk of change. But when I did the Celebrity Poker Showdown, that was for charity. And when you sign up for it, you're going to get $5,000 for your charity just to play. Great.
Nice.
So I picked Alley Cat Allies, which is a trap neuter return cat program. They collect alley cats and spay and neuter them and release them back to, so that the cat population goes down. Well, I kept winning. And then I was like, and now I'm winning for like $30,000. And I went to them, I go, is there any way I can change my chair? and because of the rules, which James Woods doesn't care about, because of the rules, they were like, legally you can't, like once you've established your thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. And so I ended up winning I won the whole thing and I won $100,000
Wow.
for snaggle-toothed, yellow-eyed, like
Alley cats.
3-legged cat.
Oh my God, they must love you. You're like the ambassador.
They sent me home. Their children made me cards and sent them. Like, thank you for the $100,000.
You had them set for the next 10 years?
A lot of
10
money.
years.
And you say you're not
40.
a stand-up.
Yeah.
To me, this is stand-up.
Oh my God, she would crush it.
Yeah.
It
A
was
one-woman show would be a sellout.
Do you mentor, either of you, both of you, other women who want to be actresses or comedians? I mean, I mentor lawyers, but that's a lot easier to do.
Is it?
Oh God, I wouldn't think so.
Sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, not as much fun as you guys.
I went to school at Northwestern, and there's a alumni association called the C100, which is 100 women, a little bit more actually, but like James Woods, they don't give a shit about the rules. But there's more, the 100 and something women of all professions, and the goal is to promote female strength and power, and to mentor, and to have a community with a common ground, which is our school. And I love doing it. And in LA, you're mentoring actors, which is a hard thing to mentor because it's like catch lightning in a bottle. Good luck.
Yeah.
But to mentor their mental health through the process is what's important.
Which is really tough, especially through the strike.
Yeah.
And then COVID.
Yeah.
And
Fires.
it's amazing you guys are still working.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really scary.
Yeah, it's been a really fun first year for me in business. I'm
mean,
glad
but
we
you
still
must
have
mentor people all the time
Oh.
because everyone's probably going like, what do you think?
Yeah. You know what? So we have this thing called New Talent Tuesday, and it's on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of every month. And it's comics that are either breaking into the scene, or they're new, or they're tired of like the really raggedy open mics that are in LA,
Right.
where you're waiting outside in the sun and they don't let you use the bathroom and things like that. So we run this, and then at the end of it, we pick guest sets or a paid regular spot. So we've found all these great comics, and we've put them on real shows with Tiffany Haddish and Craig Robinson and all amazing comics.
So what's next for you?
You tell me, do you know anyone who's hiring? Right now I'm doing like a lot of voiceover stuff. So
That's very cool.
yeah. Look, as a
This
lady
is
over
CNN.
the age of the big 50, halfway over it. it's, look, I knew what I signed up for. Like, I didn't become an actor thinking like, and then all the parts until you're 84, right? Like, no, not all the parts till you're 84. And it's just there's not a ton of parts for, and people are like, it's wrong that it's like that. I'm like, but we all know, remember when networks were around? Remember those things? ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox? They had a number. It was 18 to 49-year-old demographics. Those were the only demographics that really mattered, right? Because why? Because that age buys things that you advertise. So that's the age. Well, once you're past that age, like I remember I was telling my mom about Friends one time. She's like, well, I don't even like that show. I'm like, Mom, you're 53. No one cares what you want. Like, I was like, so like, Mom, no one gives a shit what you want.
Like Grace and Frankie?
Yeah,
love that
know.
show.
But we don't buy. But we don't buy the stuff. We don't buy all the stuff.
Oh.
So that's why there's not that many representations of older actors. That's just why. So it's not like everyone's mean. It's just a sort of a money thing.
But times have so changed that I feel like when you look at it, I can't imagine saying to someone because they're 50 or older that, well,
you're not relevant anymore.
Yeah, I think that people are living a lot longer. Like to me, old is 100. Like if you live to 100, you are old. But like I want someone who's 67. And if I think about that, like in 3 years, he's going to be 7. I'm with a 70-year-old. Like that is
careful. Be careful of my age.
I know, but then I look at him.
I know. I don't know what age you are, but you look.
Well, she's ageless.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, for me, I'm not like naked with you. So like, there's a difference. And I think when he's 20 years older, it's a big age gap, and it seemed bigger when I was younger. And now that I'm 47, he's 67, it's like, who cares? But then I'm like, oh my God, in 3 years, he's going to be 70. Like, oh my God, I don't know. Who cares, right?
It's intimidating.
I think you're right, though. I think things have changed.
And I'm staring at that in a few years. Very scary. But, I mean, I look
how do you feel about that? Like, is age terrifying. Just a number, or does it kind of both sting? Okay.
And I was looking at photos the other day with my son and daughter-in-law, and I was looking at my mom and dad when my kids were young, and like, wow, they really looked young. And then they lived, I mean, my dad died at 90 and a half, my mom at 92 and a half.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
really good.
Yes.
But I didn't remember them like looking that young, which is sort of my age.
Right.
Or even younger. Because it was some of the most pronounced pictures were my son's bar mitzvah.
But I mean, look at you. Look, when I think about what a 50-year-old woman was to me when I was in high school, I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, 50's old.
Also, I mean, look at the news when you get like those things like, out the Florida, how look up a date in Florida and there's someone's been killed by an alligator. Florida not known for being totally sane, but like you look people like arrested a man for shooting 2 blackbirds and whatever, and he's like, you're 53. You're like, he's 53. He looks 90.
Well, because his skin is all leather.
So there is something to, as much as I make fun of people that work out, there is something to taking care of yourself as far as like looking. But and if you look better, you do feel better. That's just
and living
math.
in LA, that's expected.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. We were talking about that earlier. It is a lot of pressure. I feel glad that I'm in comedy because I'm considered like an 8 in comedy. But if I was like to audition anything, they'd be like, solid 3. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
I mean, can I tell you my favorite stand-up joke? And I can't even give the person credit for it because I don't remember who it was. But they're like, in Portland, I'm a 7. In Los Angeles, I'm a man. Which was, I thought, the best joke. Like, just
that is really good.
Like, no, rate her? No, I don't. I don't know. No, nothing.
Oh my God, this
comedian laughing hysterically.
This is a good. I have to find out. It was a good joke.
This is so bad, but sometimes when I stay in hotels, like in casinos, and I'm like do those casino jobs. People smoke in the casinos, and it drives me because I have a really scratchy voice, right? And so it gets worse when I'm in casinos. And I'll never forget. It just reminded me. I woke up and I needed room service so badly. I was like, it's been like an 8-show run. I'm at the very end of it. And I called down and I was like, hi, can I please order? Blah, blah. They're like, yes, sir. We'll be right back. And I was like, hilarious. Like, yeah, okay, thanks a lot. like these casinos.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you. So as a stand-up, I feel lucky that I'm like marginally put together. So
You're very put together, hon.
Yeah.
Look how pretty you look.
I know you.
It's the makeup, guys.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. You know, I just speaking on that, I think when you're doing comedy, it's less of a that stigma of having to be like, fit
Perfect.
and this and that. Like, I'm not a model. I'm never going to be a model. So like, I wanna make
agree.
people
I
laugh.
agree. I know, but here's someone who leads with intelligence. Like that, like we don't lead with intelligence. Like we lead with fun. She leads with intelligence and like still like wants to look good. You know what I mean? It's like
I wish more people were like that.
Yes.
Honestly, I wish you should. One thing that would be so amazing for you is when I travel, I look around and I'm like, what happened to everybody? Everybody looks like just like garbage to me. They really do.
But not in
Sweats
as
LA.
I'm rubbing my nose. Like, what do you mean?
Sweats and Crocs. And I'm like, well, you're in public.
Yes.
So that's one thing whenever I leave the house, because my mom would always like throw up a chignon, a little bit of gloss, a bronzer, like just put yourself together for 5 minutes. And every time I've seen you, I feel like you wake up like this.
Oh, no. But thank you. Thank you.
You keep that etiquette and art still alive.
But it's for me. It's not for anybody else. And my boyfriend, teases me. It's like I put myself together for me.
Yeah.
I'm staring. I'm like, I hear the words you're saying, and yet I'm like the person I'm the person like, why are you wearing socks with your Amazon flip flops? Like, what are you even doing? I took the socks off of my car before I came in.
You had socks on with your shoes.
Yeah.
So in COVID,
Because my toes get cold.
I wore
They're
clothes
cute.
every
They're
day.
like Bombas. They're cute little socks, but
Those are cute.
Yeah, I put makeup on every day, most days during
Yeah.
COVID. I put clothes on. One of my closest friends, I love her slides. Tara knows it's Enrico Queenie.
Yeah.
And so I was wearing slides, not always flats. And so when I had to go back to work and put heels back on, I wasn't falling over.
Oh, yeah, that was difficult for me. That was difficult. Yeah.
I've not gone back to the heels.
It's hard. I wore heels to our 1 year anniversary. And the next day I was like, I think I need to go to the emergency room. I'm like, something is wrong. I like hobbled for a week and I was like, damn you, Christian Louboutin. So now I'm just back in my flats and blazers, sexing it up for everyone.
Well, I was
you
wearing
look
sneakers
adorable.
the other day and got blisters from wearing sneakers. So
Wait, you did?
Yep.
And wait, what did you say about God bless what?
what you
Sneakers.
said. No, but
Oh, heels.
Oh, yeah.
I during the pandemic, I just felt like everybody didn't they just let it go and people, took up making sourdough and this and that. And I'm like, I looked at my husband, I'm like, I'm never going to cook. So just forget that. I'm
a
not
lot
going
of
to
people
take
really took
Okay,
cook,
do you want
right?
to hear what I look at me? I'm like,
Yes,
so
you have.
I think this is in the top 3 things I'm proud of, and the other 2 are my kids. So this is very important to me. I, during pandemic, for 74 days in a row, 74 did not repeat a meal.
Wow.
That means breakfast I didn't really count because breakfast, but lunch and dinner, and I made lunch and dinner every day because I had kids that were up where you had to feed them. They were young. I think about it now. I'm like, what did I wish I'd written one thing down. I have no idea.
Oh my God, you should have a cooking show.
But it was so exciting,
Wow.
and I would go out and forage, I found the places that they were I would forage. I found some nice Jewish delis that weren't overcrowded, where they made some good bread, and I would just forage it in the streets. Like I got my foods, and I would make these crazy meals from the internet, and for 74 days in a row.
Do you remember some of your favorites?
Yeah.
I discovered a way to make chicken tikka masala that was sort of my own. Yeah. That was that was a big thing to I also am a big casserole person. I also love a ninja pot. I love a pressure cooker. I love a lot.
We bought one of those and it's moved houses with us 3 times now and it's still in the box.
I'll send you
Someone
I'll
gave
send
it
you
to me.
recipes. I make a good white trash chicken casserole where the bottom is butter and corn and frosted flakes. Frosted so the sugar sticks and it makes it better. It makes a crispier
Wait,
bottom.
Frosted flakes with macaroni?
Yeah, but then I put in pasta and peas and chicken and noodles, and it's delicious.
So you take Campbell's soup?
Yeah, I use the Campbell soup for that. Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing
Which
where
is a shaker of salt.
Yeah.
people put those comments? They're like, "Is this what white people do at barbecues?"
Yeah.
I'm always like, I guess. I remember eating Jell-O that had fruit in it, marshmallows.
My husband's mom still makes that every
ambrosia.
Mm-hmm. What the
I mean,
hell?
listen, I am a junkie eater, though. I will admit, like, whatever you make sounds delicious, as long as it doesn't have the word dump in it. But I feel like a casserole, I will try it. I will try anything.
Yeah, you'd like it.
I love
good.
anything.
Again, but it's not healthy. It's not.
I'm allergic to salt, so I can't touch any of those.
Wait,
What happens when you eat salt?
My body can't process it.
Wait,
What?
any salt?
Yeah.
What about
Sodium
ancient salt? Like the
any
pink salt.
My body just doesn't process it.
Everything has salt in it. Literally everything.
Hello. If you would watch what I ate for dinner last December, it was different than everybody else.
Oh my God, a piece of
It's
lettuce.
a pain in the neck.
Oh no.
What?
That's terrible.
It's not
Everything
fun.
has sodium in it.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so interesting.
Do you watch Celebrity Jeopardy?
My best friend Ike Barinholtz won it.
Oh my God. Okay, can I just tell you, whenever I watch Jeopardy and the celebrity one, we grew up as a Jeopardy family and I always get everything right. My husband's always like, you're so smart. I just watched Tournament of Champions and I got not one question right. I was like, well, I guess I'm an idiot.
People like you fascinate me. Fascinate me. Like, I can't answer anything. Even if I know the answer, which is doubtful, it takes me like 30 seconds to be like, hold on. I'm like, who was married to what's the guy who, like, there's no way I could be like, ding, ding, ding. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's all about that.
And I remember sitting next to Ike when I didn't know him that well. We were at his house, maybe or maybe not smoking pot. And we were watching Jeopardy and you just knew all the answers. And I remember saying to him like, hi, I was like, did you watch this earlier?
Someone
Like,
said
have you seen it
Did you
before?
record
He's like, no,
this?
I just know the answers. I was like, what?
Yeah, game nights were like a huge thing in our family. And Jeopardy, my mom to this day will be like draining pasta in the kitchen and she'll be like, what is the teapot dome scandal? And I'm like, how did she even hear the question? She's 80 years old.
Crazy.
Yeah, my brother Mark's really good at it. My dad's getting better at it because he's foreign. But like, yeah, everybody's like, my oldest brother is a neuroscientist. So we do come from a family of nerds. I think my mom smoked when she was pregnant with me. I really don't know.
That is from
She wore sweats and Crocs. And so you shame.
Definitely smoked when she was pregnant. It was the 70s. No one said it was like everyone was pregnant and smoking. And
I remember asking my mom, I was like, did you breastfeed? Like, I've done allergies. Like, did you breastfeed me as a baby? She's like, and she very casual was like, she didn't have a cigarette, but she did when I was, but she might as well. She's like, you didn't take to it. You didn't take to it. I was a newborn.
So I have a dear
It was
friend.
it's on me. That just sums up my childhood. Somehow it's my fault. She blamed me. A 1-day-old. You didn't. Your person. It wasn't. You didn't do it.
So I have a dear friend. I think there's 7 kids in her family, and they had a birthday party, and you had to come in a costume as what you were in the 60s.
Okay.
And her mother came in a house coat, pregnant, with a glass of wine and a cigarette.
Atta girl.
Because she was pregnant every year in the 60s.
Are you serious?
Because she had 7 kids.
Oh my God.
And she won.
well, clearly.
We're not smoking.
Oh my God. But you'd have to smoke to get through 7 kids. I mean, to deal with that.
I mean,
I
100%.
supported that.
Yeah, I support it too. You should. I mean, listen, I came out, okay.
I got my mother to stop smoking, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because she was highly allergic, and I made her stop. And
She was allergic to smoke and smoked?
she was a highly allergic person, so smoking was just like not smart.
Oh, yeah.
God.
And I remember, she handled me very well. She was with one of her friends. We lived in an apartment building, 3 families. We're in one apartment building, moved together. When my mom wasn't home, she was at my Aunt Joan, my Aunt Gloria's. And I think it was Aunt Joan was over, and they were smoking. And I made a comment about wanting to try it. My mother handed it to me. I took one puff.
How old were you?
Probably 8, 9.
Yeah.
I took one puff. I started to cough. That was it. Never, ever, ever again. She was right. I mean, it was disgusting.
My grandmother used to smoke, would pick us up as kids, and she would smoke in the car with the windows rolled up. And I remember I'd come home and be like, oh, God, Money smokes so much. And I was like, everyone smokes. Like,
just like, get over it.
Yeah. And everyone asked me because I have this scratch. She goes like, oh, did you smoke? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I asked you that today.
I might as well just smoked Marlboro Reds when I was a child. Elementary school, just school stress.
Sorry, it's gross.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that smokes, actually. I don't know one person that smokes cigarettes.
I do.
We had candy cigarettes when we were little. I remember
I remember
puffing on those.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
And they're chewing gum.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You could puff the powder on the end.
Yeah.
I remember doing that, thinking we were so cool in elementary school. Can you imagine if that was around now? Like if that was a legit candy. We had candy. Oh, yeah. Now it's just a vape. Yeah, there you go. It's a real vape.
Now it's like watermelon flavored.
I'm listening to you today and with the characters you play on TV. So are any of the characters you've played really you? Or do you become them? Have they become you? Or who are you?
Who am I? I will say that one of the characters from Mad TV was a girl called Antonia, and who just talk. She had pigtails and she talked like this, and it was and she's called Antonia because the sketch was originally written to be like in an Italian restaurant, and the one girl is messing up all the orders. Antonia, get the order right. But I was like, I don't want to do an Italian accent. I feel like an idiot. So I just made her talk like this because that's how I used to talk to my cat when I come home. I'm like, hello, Cece, how are you? She was this huge fat calico, and I would grab her over did you have a good day? Did you try to jump up on the counter but didn't make it? Is that what happened today, Cece? And so and that's my favorite. So that was my favorite character of all time, and that was me talking to my cat. But it's funny when I do voiceovers, because I do a lot of voiceovers, but they pretty much all sound like, they all sound like me. And so, like, I'm not a chameleon. And so when people are like, oh my God, my daughter loves, will you leave a message for my daughter? I'm like, sure. Hi. And so there's no,
It's your regular voice.
yeah, it's my regular voice. And you can tell that as they're doing it, they're like, oh, that's unimpressive. I'm like, yeah, I know.
So which voiceovers have you done?
I've done recurrings on Family Guy for years and years and years. I played Muriel on Family Guy. Muriel. And then Kim Possible's a big one. Played Shigo in Kim Possible. Woo woo. Clone High was a big sort of cult hit. I played Joan of Arc on that. Buzz Lightyear.
You played Buzz Lightyear?
No, I was Buzz Lightyear. I was the Princess Miranova, and Penguins of Madagascar, which was my favorite animated show I ever did. It won an Emmy. It's the funniest one I've ever done. So good.
Wait, so do you get an Emmy if it wins it?
No.
Oh,
I did
I
not.
just always think that's so unfair. It's like, you made it.
I would, yes. I mean, they did. But yes, artists in Taiwan. People like, not me. I didn't really make it. By the way, want to hear the voice from that character?
Yeah,
hi, it's Marlene. It sounds exactly like me.
Wow, you really have to reach in deep for that role.
And I mean, I get paid well to just talk.
I love. Wait, do you have podcasts?
I do not.
A what list?
A podcast.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think
the way you sound like a bard list, and I'm like, okay, a bard. We're not.
Like a Shakespeare, an anti-Shakespeare person.
A Shakespeare hater. No, it seems like that would be like something so great for you. Has anyone ever asked
Everybody would just be roaring.
I know. I think, and
She has to be at your club.
I mean, 100%. You have to do it. Just put together a one-woman show. I'll help you.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'll pack the house for you.
Instant diarrhea.
Oh my God.
So just 40 minutes up there by yourself in front of a live audience, just talking about yourself. Oh, okay.
No, I think it would be so incredible.
You've been doing it here.
I know.
Not live in front of a studio audience. Yeah.
Oh, but
Not
they
Saturday Night
had
Live.
cuts and everything?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We'd have different takes, and you always had a second, third take.
Oh, well, I mean,
yeah.
So you weren't trained at Second City, or
No, and I will be honest with you, not particularly well liked in the comedy community for a lot of years. Like, I mean, look, I was 24, I was blonde, I wore a miniskirt to the audition. You know what I mean? Like, again, not in real TV, like maybe Wacky Best Friend. In comedy world, cute blonde. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's different standards, but. There was people from Groundlings, from Second City, from IO, all these places, and I just like scooted right ahead. And understandably, they're like, "What? Are you kidding me?"
Because you have talent, my dear.
You know what they said to me at one of the auditions? They said, we want to hire someone that we want to, like, someone would want to sit down and have dinner with. Mm-hmm. And so that's the angle I took.
Yeah, a relatable person. That's why things, when you look at people who are like people's favorites and things, it's always the person that you watch and you go, oh my God, I wish that person was my best friend.
Yeah. Yes. Like relatable. You want people to, if you're rooting for someone as a person, you'll watch anything they're in. Like, I root for that person. I like when they're good. Then you'll watch them.
Instead of like
Jennifer Garner. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the most likable human being alive.
Yeah,
probably.
she could like have like a makeup
She could have anything.
Brand,
She's not
like-
Meryl Streep talented, but she's like the most likable talent
Yes,
in
she
the
is.
world. So like everyone will watch anything she's in.
Everyone
Good
roots for
point.
her because of Ben Affleck, and I
Yes.
get it. She's relatable.
She's a good
I
mom.
bet she'd be fun to be around.
I bet she'd be adorable as she gardened.
Yeah, with her organic.
She did a whole
biodynamic
thing about how
line.
she makes popcorn in in one of those heavy, what are they called? Not like a Dutch oven. I was like, and she shakes a Dutch oven. I watched. I was like, who puts a bag in the microwave? What? You
even
got the
lift a
job,
couple-
Jennifer. Relax. Take it easy. But no, she's shaking popcorn in a Dutch oven.
Those are heavy.
Those are very
And
heavy.
she had a smile, and I believed that she does it. I believed her. I think that's how she makes popcorn
You know
for
what?
kids.
Meghan Markle wishes.
Yeah. Oh, Megan.
Oh.
I still. Oh.
I don't root for her, but I root for
I
Jennifer
don't
Garner.
know why I still do, but I do.
I did love her in Suits.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I didn't
really
watch it.
did. Yeah.
I like him. I like Harry. That's the bottom line.
Oh, yeah.
I like a second sibling,
Wait, you have brothers and sisters?
an older sister.
Oh.
Spare.
Oh,
We're so poor. None
The
of it mattered,
the
but
surprise.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm the oldest
Oh, you are.
Of how many?
of two.
Oh,
Okay.
Jewish family.
What does the younger one do?
He's the head of physical production at Focus Features. So if you've seen Conclave, you saw 50 Shades of Grey, if you saw Darkest Hour, those are all
Yeah.
his films.
well,
Tell him I say well done.
Yeah. So two
Nice
really
body
Very
work.
good at what he
successful
does.
children.
Very good
Wow.
at what he does. And I remember the first movie he did, he was a PA, was the movie Arthur.
Oh, God.
And
Yeah.
we were in high school, and they were filming it
Oh
in front
my
of the Plaza
gosh.
Hotel. And if you watch the movie, you'll see his shoulder in the back of the Rolls Royce because he was directing the car. And
Oh,
we
my
were there
gosh.
most of the night, and I was like, you just stand and you wait, and they do a scene. Dudley Moore falls out of the rolls and then gets up in. And an hour later, he falls out of the rolls. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a lawyer. You can do this.
Yeah.
You can be in the entertainment business. This is exceedingly boring. And then you have the food truck. I would be a blimp. No, thank you.
Yeah.
The food truck.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And no, he's no blimp. I mean, he's
Do
very,
you know
very
that
good at it.
Dudley Moore did an album? My husband worked on his album.
A comedy?
Wow.
No, a
Singing?
shot. Yes. Yes. It is wild.
Wow.
Like, some of the tracks he has played from different artists that he worked with, he produced like Eddie Murphy did an album.
I did know that. That was like a successful album.
You want to party?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. But yeah, he produced some stuff and played with Dudley Moore, and he said it was interesting.
Being a lawyer
Forget-
is just too boring compared to
It
what you
doesn't
guys
seem
are.
boring at all.
It's good cocktail party.
I would say
conversation.
people always ask, like, if you couldn't do
Right.
this, what would you do? And I always say anesthetician first because I'm a pimple popper thing, but I wouldn't want to have to touch feet or anything like. So I don't think the big job would work for me. I just want to pop people's pimples. But my favorite class I ever took in college were law classes.
Oh, interesting.
I loved it, and I was like, in a different life, that's what I would have done. I loved it.
And
I
why did
loved
you
the-
become a lawyer? You would have been a great trial lawyer in front of a jury.
I would have. I
They
lo-
would have been eating out of your
Yeah, see it.
Yes. Yeah. I don't
We
know.
don't
I
have
did
juries,
this, but
so I'm not theatric because
right.
if I did that in front of a judge, they'd look at me like I was a wackadoodle.
oh, right. So wait, but what do you do when you do you said you gave closing arguments? That's
to a
part of
judge. We have jury and family law to
Oh.
a judge who I appear before time and time and time again. So you have to be straightforward and honest. You have
Yeah,
to be
he-
passionate.
Yeah.
She, in that case.
She.
But you have to be passionate and clear and concise. But you have to be
That's
straightforward.
so interesting because they know if you're BSing because they've seen you do it
I
a
don't
million
know how to BS. My former husband was a trial lawyer in front of a jury, and he would tell the story on the story. He would embellish it that it wasn't reality anymore, like when he would tell stories. I mean, he was honest in court, but he would tell a story.
Yeah.
We would experience the same thing. With a group of friends, he'd tell the story. I tell the same story. Completely different story.
Completely different story.
Because he was used to playing to a jury, and I was used to playing to a judge. So I'm much more buttoned
That's
up.
so
Straightforward. Oh,
interesting.
wow.
And I'm like, wow, I'm not nearly as fun or as interesting as he is. Because
But I love that skill, which is like be passionate, but tell.
Yeah, I
tell
could never do that.
That's me.
I could never do that. What you do, I'm physically incapable. It's like I am a forever clown and it would never work. I would be in contempt on a daily basis and lose my degree.
Get your toothbrush.
Yes, exactly.
I've never even been on a jury when like this whole thing with the Karen Reed trial was like, they were like, some of the jurors were making faces. I was like, that would totally be me. Like,
God,
someone would be like, okay, please. Mm-hmm.
That's
I'd be like,
I could never do it.
and they'd be like, we need to have a sidebar. Get her gone. Get her out.
I could never do it. I mean, I get those jury duty things now and I just throw them away because I feel like it's never.
You can be arrested.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 20 years in LA.
So actually, let me tell you
Is
what
that
happened to
bad?
me the other day. I'm walking to
Is
my
that
car.
bad?
And I get the summonses for LA Superior Court, and I was almost impaneled, even though the judge was a friend. In any event, I got this call the other day, and this guy gives me his name. You did not show up in federal court for a federal jury summons. And I said, I never got one. And so he starts saying it again. I said, I never got it. He says, so you're DNR? I said, do not resuscitate? And he said, no, did not receive. And I said, you're coming in as no caller ID. I don't know who you are. I went back and forth. He said, you want to talk to my supervisor? And I said, yes, but if your supervisor comes in on no caller ID, that's not going to help me.
Yeah.
Right. Good for you.
So
Because it lawyers.
I wait,
Yeah,
and this
see.
guy comes in like, what's your name? Captain Stephen Davenport. Like, I don't know who you are. I just told you I'm Captain Stephen Davenport. And I said, I don't know who you are. And the first one reads the address of the courthouse, like he was struggling. He's sending to the U.S. Marshal.
Sounds like a
Ding, ding,
scam.
ding. And then this guy, they knew my address. And I said, I don't know who you are, and so I'm not going to believe you. He said, would you like me to haul you down here? You could deal with it here. And I said, no, you can't
Try
do
it.
that. And then he cursed at me and said things that I could not say in a podcast. That completely, and they were trying to scam me because they were trying to say I had to pay a fine.
Oh.
And I was like, no. And so I called our head of security at my firm. I was really shaken by what this guy said
Oh, that's
to me.
upsetting. Yeah.
That's horrible.
He told me I handled it perfectly, et cetera, because he said, you'd be surprised how many of your partners give their information and pay.
And just pay?
So I then called my boyfriend, who started laughing. I said, you're not very helpful.
Oh.
Because he deals with Ponzi schemes. He said he got upset at you because you called him on it. It's like, okay,
I know, but it
was
hurt my feelings
scary.
when he said mean things.
He said mean things. It was awful.
I don't like that either.
Oh, gosh, don't be
really?
a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, clients say mean things to me, too. That's what I was doing at break,
Oh.
yes.
Oh.
And when they take things out, and they say that divorce lawyers represent good people on their worst behavior and criminal lawyers represent bad people on their best behavior. Not always
Oh.
the case, but
Okay.
and some of my closest friends now were clients of mine. But it's a tough business, and going through a divorce is really, really hard.
I don't
Okay,
want to do it.
I'm not selling my product.
I'm willing to stay miserable. You can tell my
me too.
husband I said that.
I'm 20 years in, so it's just
Yeah.
it's
We're,
not
I'm 20 years too. I'm like, where am I going? What am I doing?
Where am I going to go on a dating site? I've never even been on a
I'd
dating
love
app
to
in
be.
my life.
I'd love to be annoyed at you, and be less rich. No
Yes.
thanks.
Yeah, I don't want to do. I mean, I would be rich if we got divorced.
Yeah.
We don't have a prenup.
So please join me in thanking Nicole Sullivan and my lovely co-host, Katie Cazorla. Join us again here at youtube.com, at Stacy D. Phillips Ask, or wherever you get your podcast. So follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn at Stacy D. Phillips Ask. We'll include links for Nicole and Katie when we edit this podcast. But why don't you tell our audiences, if they're listening, how to reach you?
323-55. No, I'm joking.
Yesterday, my oldest and bestie did that. Said, call me on the phone.
Oh my
God.
My handles are at Sullivan Nicole, just my name reversed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's an easy way to find you. Mine is at official Katie Cazorla, but if you just put in Katie Caz, it comes right up.
That's also very cool. I didn't process that before. So, you've been listening Stacy Phillips and Friends, where love is always in fashion. And humor is always in fashion.
That's
I need to spend more time with you guys because you're so funny.